skill, integrity, and responsibility. SIR Award winners are the men, women, and organizations that have made outstanding contributions to our community, state, quality of life, and the construction industry. Originating with the Nevada chapter in 1967, the SIR Award was adopted by AGC chapters nationwide, including the national office in Washington, D.C. National award winners include Presidents Ronald Reagan and Gerald Ford, along with educators, humanitarians, construction leaders, and many unsung heroes. Today's winners will join last year's SIR recipients, Donald Trump, Mark Amadei, and Roy Walker. And now, the SIR Award.
Yeah, when you need the big iron, and you look to Cashman, and they can usually find it for you.
Cashman Equipment's in it for the long run. We've been in business now for 87 years.
You know, they're continuously in our office making sure that we have the tools that we need, the parts and everything else, and if there are issues, they're a phone call away.
They're very much involved in the training on that equipment, the maintenance of that equipment. It is a partnership.
Well, Cashman, you know, they're the cat dealer, which is the Cadillac of equipment.
A strong, prominent woman who turned tragedy into legacy. She's been at the ground floor of building the new Nevada while nurturing our Silver State roots.
Their brand is kind of mining and construction, you know, and one thing that they've been very good at is controlling that. So when mining and the price of gold is up really high and they're selling a lot of equipment to these mining companies, they've never left us behind in the construction industry. They've been there for both of us.
Nevada's modern mining industry requires a lot of equipment, whether it's underground or in open pit. There are trucks, there are shovels, there are all kinds of really large pieces of equipment that are necessary for the mines to do what they do.
Mary Kay Cashman, an accomplished nurse and mother of three, was thrust into the role of CEO of Cashman Equipment in 1995 when her family suddenly lost Jim Cashman III to a heart attack. She wanted to keep alive what Jim had dedicated his life to, preserve the Cashman Company that was launched during the construction of the Boulder Dam. Once she signed the Caterpillar sales and service agreement, Mary Kay became one of the few women in the world to run a cat dealership.
She made the jump very quickly to becoming a business leader and a business owner.
Mary Kay is truly an inspiration.
Under Mary Kay's ownership and leadership, Cashman Equipment is now one of the largest woman-owned businesses here in Nevada. Cashman Equipment is also one of the few woman-owned Caterpillar dealerships in the world.
Some of the actions that Mary Kay has done affected me, and they may have been small and minor issues to Mary Kay, but to me it kind of kept my company afloat.
Mary Kay represents a critical part of the entire mining supply chain.
She obviously has a relentless approach to the people and taking care of people in her business. Not just the people that personally work for her, but all the vendors such as the Q&Ds and the Granite Constructions and the A&Ks and the Sierra Nevada Construction.
While she took on the enormous responsibility of running a statewide multi-location company, she also made it her priority to give back to the communities where Cashman serves its clients.
And she's very active in the community, whether it's with the UNLV, with UNR, with Boys and Girls Club. There are numerous organizations that she spends her time with outside of Cashman Equipment.
When I was part of the Boys and Girls Club, she was always a phone call away from me, and I was never turned down from her. And it just goes to show what kind of responsibility she feels she has for this community and all of the state of Nevada.
I think close to 70,000 kids are involved in one level or another at the Boys and Girls Club, and I think it would be easy to say that Mary Kay's had an influence in a lot of those lives because of her involvement and her company's involvement and her employees' involvement. I mean, it's almost unmeasurable.
She truly, truly cares about people. She certainly is not looking for the personal recognition and prefers not to be in the spotlight.
She's no nonsense. I mean, she is a top-notch business person. She's obviously, it's evident in the business that she runs, and I think bringing those skill sets into the boardroom at a nonprofit like the Boys and Girls Club are invaluable.
Mary Kay is mindful of how crucial the construction and mining industries are to Nevada, and how working together through thick and thin builds integrity for the long haul.
The term I've always remembered is I danced with you when you weren't so pretty. And at the time I wasn't so pretty, but you got to remember that when people work with you, when you're not looking good and times are tough and times are down, when the good comes back, you need to remember who your friends were at the time.
We're going to help our partners through their highs as well as their lows.
It's a relationship. You know, if you don't have a relationship with your construction companies, no matter who they are in this industry, you're not going to be successful.
She has displayed the skills and built her company to meet Nevada's needs while remaining a beacon for her family and the 700-plus Cashman Company employees who keep our state's success on a true course.
Mary Kay is the one who exhibits honesty to the 10th degree.
That philanthropic attitude that she establishes in her businesses that permeates throughout our entire state, it affects all of us.
Every woman in Nevada, particularly young women, can look at Mary Kay and see a real inspiration for what their future in Nevada might look like.
You may not talk to Mary Kay personally ever, and you may not talk to her maybe but once a year, but somehow she knows how to take care of these customers.
To pay attention to the little guys, I think that shows a lot of integrity.
Continuing and building upon a legacy of skill, integrity, and responsibility, Mary Kay Cashman, the SIR Award.